Kentucky Route Zero. I have started playing this before, but it's just so easy in my life to get distracted and not be able to focus on anything. Oh, hey, Zarnathium is here. Also known as Nobody. So he says he played this and never completed it. Yeah, that's kind of where I was too, you know. But I think a big part of my problem a lot of the time is just the fact that life is distracting. I'm trying to play so many different games all the time that it's distracting, and so it's hard to, you know, a game that sort of is quiet and slow and takes its time has trouble sort of, you know, rising to the top. And so I'm hoping I can devote some time to it and really see what it is that people love about this game. First thing I love about this game is that there's an enormous horse head at this gas station. So just right off the bat, this is amazing. An old hound and a straw hat. Both have seen better days. A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side are the words Lisette's Antiques, furniture, glassware, curiosities. So one thing I like about this game is that, you know, there's a lot of games that have a retro aesthetic, and we start, you know, it's easy to just sort of feel like, well, that means one thing. That means, you know, pixelation. But pixelation is only one way to look retro. I mean, these like old school vector graphics are very familiar to me from my childhood, and there aren't a lot of games that are using these. So the aesthetic of this game really stands out. Joseph sits between gas pumps in a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. Damn, did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I don't know, beer bottles? Whiskey? Lost a tire or something. And spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. Hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name? Oh, man. Just some dog. Sure, we got a couple old cats that lurk around. Well, I bet he's a nice dog anyway. Well behaved or he'd be after my dinner. Hey, here's some jerky for him. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet a dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck. Bet it's just a few feet off the horizon. Yeah, let's chill. Yeah, it's the truth. You gotta stop and breathe in that road. Bet when you're out driving, you just let your eyes wander up the tree line and you just, well, I bet you're more of a poet than old Joseph. So where is Dogwood Drive exactly? Or, how long you been working here? I've been working here a number of years. It's pretty okay, you know. I had an advanced degree and a few publications. It's pretty okay here. Listen, you and your dog would have been driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood Drive's on the other side of... Well, to get there, you gotta take the 0. Oh, can I click on that? It's a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up directions. You'll have to head down into the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'll be happy to have those winding lights back up anyway. It's too damn quiet out here. Basement door's back there in my office. Appreciate your help, friend. Oh, and here, take this lamp. It gets dark. Okay. Apparently I am your errand boy. Blink. Blink. I really love this, like the set design you have to do in a game like this because, you know, you have to be able to see the basement door from the outside in order to not have to do a, you know, a scene transition. I had a friend who grew up on a farm, and he said that they didn't name any of their dogs. They just had a bunch of dogs that hung around the farm, and they'd just be like, oh, yeah, there's that dog. And that would be it. Y'all seen a breaker box down here? Did you hear something? No. Sorry, I was looking at the rules again. Gets easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. So it's your turn now, right? Oh yeah, I guess so. Where'd you put that 20-sided die? I don't see it. Did you drop it? Should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. Why can't they see me? That's weird. A dusty, rusty sign is bolted onto the wall. These are the rules. No open flames near the gasoline. No consumption of beer or spirits in the premises. In the case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Relax. Count backwards from 5. Strictly limit time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes of every hour. Holy crap. Something's seriously wrong with this basement. So definitely don't play a game down here is what they're saying. Emily, Ben, and Bob sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. So they're playing some kind of weird game. Okay, what are my options for getting around here? I can't go any further to the left. Oh! There we go. Glows in the dark. Conway picks up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but it has a reassuring, almost comforting weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. Hello? Folding chairs are arranged on a worn card table. The chairs are empty and the surface of the table is bare. It's not mine. Let's head over to the breaker, which was just not accessible before. Alright, we've done that. Let's head upstairs. Hey there, Timisk. Oh yeah, Zarnathian, Mafia 3 is coming out tonight, isn't it? I don't have it on my list yet because my plan is to play it a bunch myself before trying to demo it on the channel. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that game a lot. Hey there, Joseph. There it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. There were some people in the basement? No, I don't think so. Maybe that lamplight was playing tricks on you, huh? Well, strange things happen underground, especially in the dark. So, computers in the office. You're looking for Marquez. She knows her way around those roads. She'll get you to the 0. Password is, damn, I usually feel it out. Muscle memory, you know? Yeah, that's how I am with my passwords. It's kind of long, kind of like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. Well, let's give it a try. Conway taps a key, waking the computer from its reverie. Well, pretend we're Joseph. Wheels slide loose, the stars drop away. I talk and listen to him talking. What? Feels like the beginning of a Dear Hank and John episode. The stars drop away. The moon throbs. Nobody saw the accident. It will only get later. Password accepted. So, I'm presuming that it would have accepted the password no matter what I clicked, but now I have written a poem. The stars drop away. Nobody saw the accident. It will only get later. Feels like, you know, it's telling a story about, you know, dying alone. How's it going in there? Figured it all out? Sure you are. Games? What? I like games. Games is not real. Oh. No. Maybe I'll snoop around and read his messages. Donald at hotmic.mail. Accounts consolidated? Oh, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Should I be reading these? Yes, it's a video game. From Donald at hotmic.mail. Fragments dim of lovely forms. Joseph, I know it's been a while, and I know you're still sore. But there's a whole world in here, and we need your help to unmask it. Yes, the caves are cold and damp, and we are old and lame. Never mind. I can't remember why I started writing this. I miss those days in the lab with you and our dear Lula. Maybe you found your own Xanadu. Well, so have I. End of message. Yep. Yep. Oh, nope. Read message 2. From accounts consolidated. Account standing urgent. Dear Equus Oils, this is an urgent automated message that your account is overdue by more than 14 days. In response, we've switched you to our low reliability Dirty Power Plus plan. Consider making a payment immediately to obviate the need for us to switch you to Sustained Brownout Select. Sincerely, your friends at Consolidated Power Company. End of message. Zarnathium says that I'm training for the NSA by reading other people's mail. I actually have a friend who has worked for the NSA. I'm about to head back to my high school reunion and chat with that guy. Okay, now let's go for the address book, which is the main reason I'm here. The 0. Dogwood Drive. Marquez. What a useful computer. What? Turn left, you see that ugly tree that's always on fire? Barn at the base of the mountain? So northeast of 65, left of the ugly tree that's always on fire, barn at the base of the mountain. Got it? Out there in Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey look, while you're down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. Borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a couple years ago, and now that the power's all weird over here, I can't pick up anything but static and public access anyway. She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'll want it back at home. It's a nice TV. This guy's just getting me to do all his work for him. What a lazy, lazy man. Or a creepy Willy Wonka type character who just, wants to change my life in some subtle way. How's it going, old man? What do you think of this place? Seems like they're really on the rocks. Take it easy, old man. He goes, arf. Alright, let's take a drive. Conway doesn't want to stay any longer. That's true. Yeah, Tomisk, I definitely agree about the art style. So that's Equus Oils. So northeast. Oh, tree on fire. Alright, well we turn left there. There's the Marquez farmhouse. That was cool. I wonder how lost I could have gotten. Act 1, Scene 2. Marquez farmhouse. Hey, old man. I like got this dog to talk about so that I can the character can sort of express what's in his head. Kind of guide me a little bit. Keep an eye on the truck, all right? No treats for you. All right, let's go up this hill. Oh, hello. Look at this game. It's definitely 3D, but it's got just... They're expressing their 3D with a very 2D sort of feel to it. Did that open by itself? Light switch? Hello? I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? I didn't see any owl. I know, I saw it out the window once. Big ugly thing. All sound and fury. Well, it's gone now. I never heard of an owl being all sound and fury. They're supposed to be pretty silent. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed. And we built this one. It was very expensive, and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for somebody particular here? Does everyone around here, used to be a professor of some kind? I drive deliveries for a small antique shop. Believe it's hard times for a small antique shop. It's hard times everywhere, even out here on a little farm. My parents stopped paying the bank a while back. I shouldn't even be here, but I just stayed. I have some notebooks. I'm only a little bored. I might prefer to watch TV occasionally. Actually, I have a TV here that I think belongs to you. Will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The zero. I know. Everyone is creepy. Oh, I had it with me the whole time. Didn't even realize. Closer and closer. What is going on? That's not how it's supposed to look. You made a mistake setting it up. Is it a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it who wouldn't allow you to watch television? Mom thought she heard ghosts in the static. Dad thought it was radioactive. I know how to set up a TV. Oh, I don't know. My mom's crazy. There you go. I know about that. She was ill, wasn't it? Mentally, I mean. Kind of distant, fearful. Fearful, yeah. Fearful, yeah, that's a way to put it. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised. Are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. Can I say no? I'm gonna pass the television. Or is this showing me what the TV is showing me? Hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute there. The picture on the TV. What do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now I think it's mostly spiders. The TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her some trouble. Your cousin? That's my father's brother's daughter, Shannon. We're about the same age. Well, we used to be. She's older now. What? This woman is a ghost, isn't she? She has a workshop up north a ways, by the lake, right where the Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop. She fixes TVs in the back. Do you like fishing? So a bait and tackle shop by a lake up north. Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the zero. Much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV. But I'll get you headed the right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on 65, head north, then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the zero is basically inevitable. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. Okay. I'll let a little closer. All right. So the world is closing in on me, and oh look, we're what? Should I bring the TV with me? No. No, the answer to that is apparently no. Stove? A disused wood-burning stove is set up in one ash-dusty corner of the room. It's cold to the touch. No one has lived here for a while. Her parents got underwater with the house. They moved out, but she was dead, so she stayed. The abandoned spiderweb stretches across the bottom of a saucepan. A skillet is seasoned with dust. Yeah, that was a ghost. Definitely ghosty times. Two truck. What? Wait. Oh, graveyard. Graveyard. Family graveyard is set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate. Nowakowski, Padilla, Marquez. Yep, that was a ghost. Yeah, I love these lighting shifts that are sort of reframing where you are. Wait, who are these people? The crap is going on? Conway moves on. Game is weird. Okay, so back on the road. I assume that's the limb factory, but I actually am kind of curious about the, did you say wax and something? I can't tell in advance what a road is, like what the name of a road is. Bacon Creek. It was wax and something, right? Raider Hill Road. We don't run out of gas. Priceville. I can't get on that road? What's this? Okay, up north a ways by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop. I like that. They kind of remind you of the, by the lake. This is probably the lake. They remind you of the directions rather than putting a marker on the map. So part of this is sort of the experience of, there we go, of navigating, of being lost, relying on other people's directions. Vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign reads, "Live bait, minnows small and also large for stripers, night crawlers, chips and beer." A green flyer hangs loosely from a bed of masking tape at eye level. To the shop's right, a dirt parking lot sprawls unevenly into the grass and eventually trees. The bait shop is open. Enter the bait shop. Oh, I should have read the flyer. Oh, they didn't even build this thing. I'm just going through it like Zork style. Left wall's armed with churning tanks of water. Look into the tanks. The 3 metal tanks aren't labeled, and the water is too agitated to get a clear view of what's inside each one. The contents of the first tank are vaguely gray. The second is a muddy pink. The third is clear, but shiny silver flecks occasionally flash across its surface. No thank you. I'm not reaching into any of those tanks. Approach the counter. A wiry cashier stands behind the register, preoccupied with a Sudoku puzzle. Ask about Shannon. TV repairs by appointment, please consult with cashier. The cashier knocks a few times on the door and waits, occasionally glancing at his puzzle. After a few moments, no answer, he notices a smaller note written on the sign. He reads it, then points out to Conway. Read the note. Weaver, I got your message. Have left for the old mine. Don't know if I'll see you there or what. Ready either way, Shannon. Oh, here comes a basketball game. Conway can't be sure if it's meant to answer or to drown out his questions. Okay, walk away from him. Let's leave the shop and go read that flyer. Read the flyer. On the screen is a cartoon expression of exhausted nausea, the hot water... Okay, so a sick TV, a flyer of a sick TV. TV repair. No model too old, inquire within. We do not sell digital converter boxes. Okay, should... oh, hey there, Ivuki. Should I reach into a tank? I feel like I should reach into one tank. Which tank should I reach into? I think the flecky one probably just has tiny fish in it. The water seems to tremble with life. Conway can't tell if his hand is being nibbled by fish or massaged by the artificial current. As his eyes near the surface of the water, he can see something colorful glowing faintly at the bottom of the tank. Reach deeper into the tank. Tremor spreads from his elbow out to his fingertips, to the base of his shoulder. His vision flickers. The water is running warm under his skin now. He has a sensation that something is about to snap. His eyes close. He lays on a rooftop. New shingles rough beneath his back, swelling in the noon sun. He's exhausted. They must have started before dawn. His legs are sore from holding stable on the uneven surface, his wrists from breaking old sealant, his fingers from carefully lifting shingles to hammer down new ones. His boss, Ida, yells from the idling truck below. He shades his eyes with his hand. A beer would be good. It's barely past noon, but he worked a full day already. What could the harm be? Maybe a shot at the counter, just to get his eyes open. Then a beer. He could offer to drive into town for lunch, stop at that place in Cumberland. The cashier pushes Conway roughly on the shoulder. He's been talking, yelling maybe, but it's all an echo now. Conway looks up, his neck stiff with pain, his right palm still tingling. The cashier points at the tank, then above it to a few holes torn in the wall, nail holes from which an electric sign has come dislodged and fallen into the water. He helps Conway to his feet, looking at him pitifully, and returns to the cash register. So I just electrocuted myself? Is that what happened? Okay, I gotta see what's going on with the other tanks. So Ivuki, this is not usually a text-based game. I'm just doing a weird text-based part of the game. This is Kentucky Route Zero, which is more of a traditional adventure game. Lots of, fun retro feels to it, but it's there's a lot of it that I just don't see anywhere. It's not just retro, it's pretty original. Conway's hand brushes against something roughly the size of his palm. Reach deeper into the tank. Scaly, uneven surface. He runs his fingers across the bottom. A bead of sweat bridges inches from his temple onto the water's surface. Something bites at his forearm. He recoils. Let's not do that again. Conway's fingers slip through something fleshy but inert. The sensation is nauseating. Deeper into the tank. Philip passes into the pinkish mass. He realizes he's about to be sick from the smell and pulls away. Okay. This place is weird. Okay, so somebody went to a mine. And so now we know that. Shannon went to a mine, and I don't think there's a whole lot we can do. So we're gonna go head towards zero. Let's head back this way. And they make old locations disappear. You have to get there again. Oh, wait, what? Guitar player. A young man in gray-stained clothes sits by the side of the road. He's playing a worn guitar. To his left is a blue mug, and to his right, a weathered dog. The young man strums absently on the guitar, hums tunelessly, and occasionally mumbles a word. Put $1 in the cup. The young man stops playing, pulls a wet dollar bill out of his whiskey, hands it back to Conway. Aww. I offended him. Okay, so that's the factory. A grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminate smokestacks. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign, partially obscured by trees, reads, "Artificial Limb Factory." Okay, so what did the person say about getting to the zero? Get back in 65, heading north, take the first right after the Artificial Limb Factory. Alright. Seems to work for me. This is the first right. Cub Run Highway. Oh, what's this? On-ramp. Act 1, Scene 3. Elkhorn Valley. Oh, that doesn't work. There we go. All right. Hey there, dog. Wait, I didn't even notice the dog had a hat on. How's it going, old man? Hey, you got something on your hat. Did you pick that up on the road? You like it out here, don't you? Anything new about the truck? Nope. Okay. So here's this thing. This looks more like it might be an old mine or something, which is where Shannon was. Shannon speaks in the large brick cell phone head up to her ear. Wait, I'm controlling Shannon now? It's $200 for 2 weeks? Yeah, it's kind of an emergency. No, it's fine. I'll figure. I don't even know what we're talking about. Why am I choosing this? It's so weird. Is whole thing just a fantasy in my head? So I'm really Shannon. I am not Conway. Ivuki's comparing the look of this game to Limbo, which I can see, because it's just got all the high contrast, a lot of backlighting, that sort of thing. Though actually, I mean, the way things are presented kind of reminds me a little bit more of Inside. Like if we're gonna pick a Playdead game, I'd say Inside is probably a little bit closer in terms of just the way they're presenting the characters in the world. Excuse me, ma'am. So the light was on, and I'm looking for an on-ramp to... Do you believe in ghosts? Well, let's see. I do believe a place can be haunted, if that's what you mean. No, that's not what I mean. Well, okay, I've run across a few people who acted like ghosts. Kind of there, kind of somewhere else. Me too. Oh, yeah? Is that what led you down here? Okay. Yes. So, I guess this place must be pretty important. Maybe I'm in the right place after all. Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lizette's Antiques, and I'm out trying to finish this job. Making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now, I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. It's so funny, because Dogwood Drive is totally where my in-laws live. So, I could probably get there. So, Ivuki, yes, please, play Inside. Inside is one of the best gaming experiences I've had ever. Just kind of mind-blowing. So I met this young lady named Weaver Marquez, and she sent me this way. So here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp. That's what I think this is where she says she's dead. What? And now I'm controlling Conway. Weaver Marquez, do you know her? So you saw her tonight. I know Weaver. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. Oh, you're the one who fixes televisions. That's right. Did she tell you that too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere and would be hearing it echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying, and then my dad walked in the door. Just come back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke, it wasn't a lie. At the time I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle, she's a mystery. Oh. So maybe the zero is down here somewhere. And maybe it is. Well, I won't mind the company. I got business down here myself. I talked to Weaver earlier this evening, too. Or anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. What are you looking for? I'm not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know it when I see it. Hey there, Cloudcraft. It's not such a bad thing, you showing up now. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're going to go down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else, we got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. You can't have an on-ramp in a mine. I'm sorry. I got some gear to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis, and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Sure, let's look around. So, wait, am I still her? No, I'm him? I'm everyone. I'm the spirit of fate. Again, these are lighting to sort of frame where you are. That runs into the mine's PA system. You think it still works? Light on the front is off. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff powered. You know, the miners used to have to pay to just run some fans and lights? Yeah, they got paid in these shitty plastic tokens. Coal script, you know? And if you want to run the fans for a bit to clear the air out, well, you have to put a token in. Oh, that's terrible. My parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. Can we power it up? Bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything's rationed. Here, you set up that lamp of yours, and I'll go unplug these ceiling lights. I heard the speakers here crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try saying something into the mouthpiece. Well, okay, I hear you. We need to measure the echo delay time and figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noises into the mouthpiece. Oh, there we go. Damn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with a cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer, so just say something into the mouthpiece, we can get a sense of how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy, just say anything that comes into your head. Tell me a story about something. Or what did you have for breakfast today? Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. Hope you're ready to stoop a bit. You're probably used to it. One more test. We just need to know if the air is breathable, or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax. Try to breathe naturally. I'm remembering a moment earlier in the day. Getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape, but keep at it for a minute. Visualizing a hot meal. A peel of feedback and loose rock engulfs him. Whoa. Well, good thing we didn't just, start exploring that, I guess. So, Act 1, Scene 4. Elkhorn Mine. Are you alright? What the hell? I'm okay. I got you, you're alright. Shit, your leg is pinned. I'm gonna pull you out. Have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Let's try to stand up. Careful, I'm right here. Damn, don't worry, I got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you out on the tram. Onto the tram. There you go. Let's see if this thing has power. Well, okay, there's some luck, right? We should be able to ride this tram right out in one of the auxiliary exits. If there are any. I think there are. What about Weaver? We'll just find the exit and figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So, the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. We don't need the light. Oh, maybe we do. Okay, so I need to keep clicking to keep moving. That seems like we're getting deeper. Turntable? What? Oh, here we are. This may be hard to believe. It's hard for me to believe myself, but this whole branch was underwater last I heard. Is it safe? Well, obviously not. You got squished by the last place. Well, looks like they finally drained it, or maybe it drained off on its own. The water came in pretty fast. A lot of folks got trapped in the tunnels. I only heard parts of how it went from there. Sanitized for the bereaved. You know how these big companies are. There was gossip, too. The trapped miners couldn't get the pumps going because the power was rationed, so they shut all the lights off. But even then it wasn't enough. So I guess it was dark when they... You lost some people, didn't you? We all lost people down here. Well, not all of us, but most of us. Doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable's still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can use my signal generator to switch tracks, if the water hasn't damaged it too much. Or we can just keep heading down this tunnel. All this junk hanging up around the turntable is from the company store. Just junk, you know? The miners would buy it and use it to decorate the place. Or as landmarks, I guess. Hard to know which way is which down here. It's also dim and gray. Alright. We're on the track between the animal bones and the rowboat, so... Between the animal bones and the rowboat? The pendulum and the casket? The bat feeder and the scarecrow? Let's do pendulum and casket. Oh, that is fascinating. All right, let's go. See you later, Ivuki. This is one reason why I have trouble playing games with this vibe sometimes, because things take time, they're slow, and I'm always really tired and easily distracted. Dusty reel-to-reel tape player stashed beneath the track, loaded with tape, a star for power. Okay, is that all I can do? I guess there's... What? Oh, so if I turn off my lights, things can work. Can you guys hear this? I'm like straining to hear. Oh, I didn't know those are still down here. You been down here before? Not this deep, but I knew about the tape machines. When this mine was active, a couple folk music archivists spent some time recording miners' songs. Really academic, ivory tower types. None of the miners really talked to them much. So they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes. And then sometimes they'd get someone on their lunch break to sing into the microphones. Then I guess the power company got some kind of interest in the project, gave the archivists some coal script tokens to pay the miners for their songs. What happened to the archivists? They got out. When the flood came, they left. I wonder if maybe the guy at the gas station was one of them? Okay, let's hit up that scarecrow place. So I wonder how many people pass up the turntable and keep going first, and how many people just feel like they need to use it as soon as they get to it, kind of like I did. All right. Oh, yeah, I want to head back to the Animal Bones and Rowboat. Good, I'm glad you can hear it, because I have to turn the game audio way down so that you can hear my voice, and that, yeah. Oh, I just realized I never went back the other way on that track, which might have been something. I'll check that out. First, we will very slowly go up this hill. Okay, seen some light up ahead. Hopefully that means something. Exit. No, I'd rather explore more before I go to the exit. Here we go back. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to skip around. There is a lot of traveling. Got it pretty early this morning, so. Okay, so let's go back to where we were and head in reverse, see what that does. So back to Pendulum and Casket. Cloudcraft points out that he just watched my last Leviathan video and said that it reminds him of From the Depths, which is not something I've played, I don't think. I'll have to look it up. Because it, from what I saw of Last Leviathan, there weren't any Leviathans in the first, in the, like, was it an hour of gameplay that I did? All I did was build ships and have them sink. But, yeah. Zarnathium said he's tired too, but he was up all night. He's about to zonk a bit to be fresh for Mafia 3 tonight. Yeah, man. I hope I have time to play it soon after it comes out. I'm pretty excited about that game. So it's a stage here. Damn, it's almost totally intact. I thought it would have been destroyed. What is this place? It's a recording studio, basically. Kind of thrown together, but this is where the archivists would record, and I guess that they'd sequestered themselves down here by that tape deck we found to listen to the recorded songs. What do you think they were after? Data, I guess? Comparing intonation, subject matter, diction, all those little details that nobody really thinks about when they listen to music. Yeah, academics are great at that stuff. Let's get out of here. All right. Nothing? All right. Let's go. Cloudcraft says that my description of Last Leviathan does sound like From the Depths, so I'll have to check that out. I'm interested. I'm seeing an ad here on my phone for season 1 of The Magicians, which was awesome, by the way. I love The Magicians. Wasn't a big fan of the book. Just kind of wasn't my style, but the TV show was amazing. And they're advertising they've got an uncensored version, which is great because it was so annoying because I would watch the show on, I was buying it on iTunes, and they were still like muting all of the curse words. I was like, come on, how hard would it be to just let me have the curse word since I'm buying it? I'm not watching it on like, basic cable or anything. Just let me hear it. But no, that didn't happen. Cloudcraft is From the Depths one of those games where like is it an early access game like Last Leviathan where it's like you're basically kind of actually go left first this time. You're basically a tester on the game. It isn't complete and documented yet, or because that's Last Leviathan definitely whatever confusion I had about it, it definitely gets a pass for being early access for not being done yet. When you're building a game, you don't build a tutorial first. You build the systems first, and then you figure out how to teach people how to play them. That's one of the later things that you do. Dead end. Do you hear that? Kind of a muffled rumbling. Maybe we're near water? Could be. There's an underground lake around here years ago. Guess that's why they stopped digging so abruptly here. Anything? Nothing. Alright. Well, let's head back. Doop-de-doop-doop-doop. Okay. Forward. And then if we don't find anything earth-shaking here, we'll head to the exit. Broken track. Well, this was a waste of everyone's time. Alright. Fine. Guess we'll head to the exit. Yeah, Cloudcraft, some games are really hard to tutorialize. You're right. This is actually one of the things that we struggle with is the fact that we're trying to make, with State of Decay 2, we're trying to make a game that is pretty complex and is doing multiple things at the same time. And a game like that, the simpler a game is, the more you can kind of rely on the idea that you'll be able to just sort of teach people a couple of things and they'll figure the rest out. But when the game is doing so many things all at the same time, it can be rough because the player's focus could be in a lot of different places. You don't know exactly what questions they're asking themselves. It's easier to tutorialize something when somebody's already asking themselves a question that you're answering. Then they're eager for the information, they pay attention, they learn it. But when you've got so many things going on, you don't know what the player necessarily wants to do, and so you end up, you have to basically put carrots out in front of them, like sort of try to guide their attention, so that you can teach them things effectively, and it can be a real challenge. Cloudcraft says that he likes that in Last Leviathan and From the Depths, that he likes the fact that your boat's capsized and stuff is sort of it's kind of its own little teaching process, right? Like when I saw my boat, tilting to one side or rocking too far forward, that sort of was a natural way for me to say, oh, well, I need to experiment more and figure out how to fix this in a intuitive way. Okay, let's go. Yeah, okay, that tunnel where the tracks were broken. I'd like to take a good look down there. Okay, so now I'm gonna run. What if I hadn't gone there? Like, what if I had exited first? Would she have insisted on going back and exploring more? Helmets. Oh, whoa, we're seeing this from the other angle. Well, who's this? What's going on? Oh, okay, I am Conway. I just came out a different exit from the mine. The cramped shack is lined with wooden shelves. Dusty stacks of tape reels and notebooks crowd the room, but a bit of moonlight filters in through a window near the ceiling. On a small desk in the middle of the room lay 3 notebooks. The red one... Wait. Your grammar... I don't get it. J. Marquez, R. Marquez, unlabeled. Okay. The pages are covered in disorganized notes, some written horizontally, others scribbled vertically into margins. A few pages are lined more evenly and divided up into charts, correlating seasons, lyrics, harmonies, and coal halls. On each page is a delicately rendered charcoal drawing. Most are portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the boat, there's a few drawings of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along with the cart tracks, collecting pieces of wire. In one drawing, another young girl sits nearby, intently studying a book. Conway opens a blue notebook. The notebook is full of Greek letters and cryptic mathematical formulas. Near the back of the book, what first looks like it might be... Oh yeah, this place. These notebooks are labeled Marquez. Your parents are the archivists? No, Weaver's parents are the archivists. My parents were miners. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's slow. Well, I'll try not to get too far ahead of you. You don't mind hitching a ride, do you? Kinda got a lift out here, and I wasn't sure if I'd be heading back. Oh, she wasn't sure if she'd be heading back. I can drive. I can handle it. Okay, your decision. I still need to find the 0. Well, it's like I told you. Weaver doesn't lie. If she sent you here to find your on-ramp, this is where you should be looking. Or maybe you just weren't listening closely enough, and it's not exactly what she said? I saw Weaver at my workshop. That's up north by Lake Nolan, right at Wax and Peonia. In the back of the bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times we live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse. Whichever you want to head to first, just let me know. What's that? Well, I won't read your rants out loud, Cloudcraft. In case you want to make them without, you know, having them be too public. Lizette's Antiques. I guess this is your truck? This is my truck. Hey there, dog. Old man, this is Shannon. Nice to meet you. Or I never had a dog. Nice to meet you. I'm never feeding this dog. Do you help with the driving? You help with the drooling, looks like. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, that makes sense, Cloudcraft. Conway moves on. Yeah, it's interesting that I'm playing both of them at once. So, she disappeared from the house. I haven't checked the bait shop for her. I mean, I've been at the bait shop, but I wasn't with Shannon. So I feel like that might make a bigger difference. I don't know. Got like... Wait, didn't I? There we go. Pull into the bait shop parking lot. Vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign reads all the stuff that it usually says. Yeah, I read this. It's closed. Enter the side door to her workshop. They're lined with cheap metal shelves, loaded precariously with vacuum tubes, awkwardly shaped metal casings, and coffee cans full of electronic components. Shannon leads Conway to the back of the room, where a few TVs set in various states of disassembly are set up on a rough wooden table. She flips on the power strip, and the TV sets are to life. So I'm wondering if they made this place be a text area because they wanted to do trippy stuff like me having the vision of being on a roof, or if they did it just because they had limited resources and they couldn't make it. It's like, was it an artistic choice, an aesthetic choice, or a resource choice? I'm betting it was a mixture of both. Let's stare at the TV sets. A ghostly white wobble flickers across one screen in rhythmic pattern. Let's see here. Now there's just snow, a third, small security monitor, blah, 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 different shades of black. All right, let's ask about Weaver. Shannon points to a small security monitor on the table. The image on the screen is just black, but it seems to be fading slowly, almost imperceptibly between different shades of black. Shannon tweaks a few knobs on the side of the monitor, but the picture doesn't change. Stare at it. The screen is a cavernous black. It hums and swells at the pace of the tide. Conway loses track of the workshop's walls. They could be inches away or miles. He's adrift on black water, traveling swiftly towards the rocky shore. There should be a lighthouse or a buoy on these rocks. It's too dangerous. Shannon switches off the power strip. Weaver's not here. All right, let's head back to the farmhouse. It was by the tree, right? I have played a lot of games with road maps. That is true, Cloudcraft. Is there something about this girl and TVs? There's Act 1, Scene 5. Alright, well, let's head up. Oh, with my limp, this is going to take forever. Can I be Shannon? Alright, well, I'm going to take a little nap. Oh, what? Oh, I guess we gotta go. Oh yeah, let's talk to each other about the graveyard. There's nobody buried here, It's just decorative, I guess. What, really? Or it's art or something, I don't know. What are the names on the headstones? Nowakowski, Padilla? I don't know those names. Maybe the people who lived here before? I know they bought this property. It already had a house and everything. Maybe they have some other symbolic meaning. Wait, there's no Marquez? Oh, there we go. And look at that headstone, Marquez. I used to think that was for my parents. Now I don't know. I guess because where the accent is, it's probably Marquez, not Marquez. I think I'm probably saying it wrong a lot. Make the choice between Shannon and outside. I prefer Shannon. So this is where she was? Yeah, it makes sense. This is where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out a bunch of loans, and had this place built. Do you have any debts? I owe some people some apologies. Well, you're lucky that's all you owe. My parents were like that, until the company store found a way to get to them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and the air purifiers. For my mom, it was the canaries. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sounded different. Weaver had debt too, a lot of it. All tuition. She said she was a mathematician or something? Yeah, she studied some esoteric stuff about something about using math to translate between Spanish and English. I think eventually Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook and got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she just drove away in the middle of the night. They woke up in the morning and the car was gone. Never came back. Till the night. Someone else told me to come here and talk to her. Huh, okay. I guess we two aren't the only ones she's been talking to. That's not something you see every day. That old TV right there. That is a damned antique for you. I had a model like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it off to make rent. Most painful decision I ever made. Say, do you mind if I open it up? Looks like the dials are all corroded. The screen is leaking light a bit. Come on, I bet Lizette would never forgive you for letting a specimen like that fall into disrepair. Let's look at the TV. Look at the TV. Oh yeah, these tubes are all messed up. Looks like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. That's okay, I have a few spares in my bag here. Here, I'll pull this one out of the old computer I pulled this one out of an old computer. I can't talk anymore. It just needs to be recalibrated a bit. When I read a lot, like, eventually I get so tongue-tied I just can't read anymore. It's bizarre. I used to try to, my wife and I used to try to read the Game of Thrones books together, the Song of Ice and Fire books together, and after about an hour of reading, I would just be like, blah, 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 blah. I can't say anything at all. A little bit to the left? Damn, okay, here. I think the contacts are dirty. Now don't go telling my customers I clean off some old vacuum tubes with spit. There, just gotta turn it north-south and... So is that TV showing the same thing I'm seeing in the background? Weird. There's a Kentucky Route Zero sign. There's my truck. There's a weird, creepy cave in the fabric of reality. Okay. Is that the end? Hello? It is the end. All right, well, that was Act 1 of Kentucky Route Zero. Well, there are 4 acts so far, I believe, and I think they have a 5th plan. Oh, wait, what is this? Attention, Lula Chamberlain, read your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's Annual Fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only 1 fellowship position per year. As you know, a review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. Imagined architecture? We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain standards we've established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is, "What is going on over here?" is a hastily handwritten note. Note. So, what is that? Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your... Robert. Let's be polite with the letter. It was nice. Opens a folder of writing paper. Dearest Robert, thank you for your kind note. It's been years since my name appeared in a gallery program, except as an occasional dusty curiosity in a group show or an impertinent subject of blah, 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 something, something, gratitude. Yours in situ, Lula. Rick clears his throat. Busy? Buried. Yikes. Hey, Lula. Did you get my note? Are the proposals? I'm still working on them. Okay, gotcha. Well, I'm not here to rush you. So how did your application go? I was in the mail room and saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry, I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Where are we and what is happening? Oh! We started Act 2 automatically. Well, I don't have time for that. So we're gonna come back to Act 2 later on. Last saved? Just now. All right, we'll get out of here.